Okie dokie.
All right, so we're recording now, and all right, so Steve, you're in the crown of Gushan, and you have just fallen into a bunch of water in an underground cavern somewhere. And
Yeah.
do you remember what was the last thing that happened?
Yeah, I tried to blow stuff into the corner, but I failed my roll.
Okay, all right, and somebody, I think it was Divine Astrologer, was screaming at you from the chamber above.
No, I think he dropped down into the water.
Okay, all right, all right. So in that case, did you roll initiative yet? How about
Well,
this?
our one. I think it's just his turn because I tried to blow stuff and then.
Okay, all right. So let me get Divine Astrologer out. All right. All right. So you're blind now, right?
Yep.
All right. So what is your your parry?
3.
3. All right. What's his heavy melee? All right. So he's well. You don't even see what's going on. You hear sounds, and you just hear tremendous force and feel an explosion of energy. And I'm sorry.
Can I
I'm sorry. What did you say your parry was again?
3.
3. All right. So you definitely would get hit. It's an 8. What was the question?
Can I try to counter?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna try to turn to the. Well, it's an 8. I guess it doesn't really matter.
Turn of the Gen Bird would not be an appropriate counter to what's happening. You know enough of the vast.
Okay, how about horizontal sidestep? Can I do that?
You're gonna want something that'll help you withstand a tremendous wash of energy.
Okay, how about mountain in the flood? Can I do that?
Yeah, that would work. That's
Okay. All right. What is it? An 8? No, I didn't do it.
all right. So this is kind of bad for you. All right. What's your hardiness?
10.
All right. All right. You take 2 wounds.
2 wounds. Okay.
You feel like it would have been a lot more if you were a lesser man, but you're
Good thing.
it's your
Good
turn.
thing I'm a great man. All right, cool. I'm gonna use Swift Stride, but I'm just gonna get out of here and go back to where
Okay,
everybody
here's the
else
problem
is.
with Swift Stride, Steve. Have you looked at the wording of that?
Not recently, but I've used it in similar kind of situations before.
Have you
I
used
think
it?
it's because you're blind.
Yeah, this is one where we're gonna have to. I need to review the language of the
Okay,
text.
let's see. Swift. Okay, well, let's see.
Okay, there is no sight requirement.
Yeah.
So here's what I am gonna rule. Well, I'm okay. So if you fail the roll, it'll still work, but you're gonna probably land in the wrong place. That would be the. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, fair enough. No, I got a 10, so
All right. Okay. So where are you trying to go?
just back to where my father and what's her face are.
Hua Yin.
Hawaiian, yeah. For some reason, I was blanking on her name.
All right. So so you see your father there.
I can see again.
Oh, I'm sorry. You sense your. That was my mistake. You
Oh, okay.
you know that you're outside, and you can sense a presence of a person nearby.
Okay, I'll say something in there blinded me and is hurting me. I'm just gonna. I'll say I think I know where the book is, but I need to like meditate to take care of these problems that I'm having.
Your father said, and who else came with you? Hua Yin, your father, anybody else?
Nope, just us 3.
Your father says, "Very well. Take the time you need."
All right, so I'll just. Can I just cure myself right now? I mean, I can obviously make a roll, but I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
no, make a
meditate.
roll. Make a roll.
Okay.
What are you trying to do?
I was just trying to use Calmless Unan to like heal my wounds and stuff.
Well, here's the problem: your wounds will totally heal, but you're still blind.
Oh, okay. Okay, so is there anything that can cure this affliction?
You don't know.
Okay, well, what's causing this blindness? Well, okay, so I have medicine for 3. I can't check myself out though, huh? Can I kind of figure out what's causing this blindness?
Yeah. Why don't you make a medicine roll?
Okay. I got a 7.
All right. There's definitely something funky going on in your body. It's like you were legitimately hurt.
Okay, and can I think of anything that's like frequently found in caves? Like I'm guessing this is some kind of like gas or something in a cave. So like, can I think of anything that fits that?
Yeah. Do you have poison?
Hold on. Let's see. Do I have poison? Yeah, I have 2d10 in talent poison.
All right. Can you? Let me roll for you.
All right.
You suspect that there's some kind of toxin in your body.
Toxin? How did that happen? Okay, like a gas toxin or what?
Well, like not necessarily gas, but something that could have been airborne. Yeah.
Okay. Do I know how I might cure something like that?
You would want to seek out a very skilled physician.
It's a nuisance. I'll go.
I mean, you can just be blind. You want to be blind? That's fine. You can.
Nah. I'll go. Something in there poisoned me mildly. I'll just say. Pushing. Okay, that's not gonna work because I'd have to do that on someone else. I'm just trying to find the one that if I used. If I use Calm of Sunan, Brendan, will that like get rid of this blindness?
No, well, I mean, you can try it, but I'm not. As far you don't know what this blindness is. Do you know what I mean? Like,
okay, do I think anything like this would like just get better over time, or what do I?
All you know is that you're blind from whatever you encountered inside that cavern.
All right, I'll just say Dememe or Huayan. I'll say there's a chamber at the bottom of that thing underneath the casket. It's going to take me like a minute to get over this blindness. Can you just go get the book? I'm pretty sure it's down there.
She says, very well. And she...
Thank you.
And you wait about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And she eventually comes back. And she says, there is no book. She says, I found this salamander. And she throws a salamander on the ground. Which you don't see, but you can hear it plop on the ground. It sounded quite heavy.
Okay. I'm going to just... is it like aggressive or what?
It sounds like it's just kind of crawling on the ground very slowly.
I'll just be like, maybe this thing ate the book. Let's see if it's got like the book inside of it or something.
All right, you hear a slicing sound.
Whoa! I'll say no. Don't cut it open. I'll just say, So right when I start to hear the sound of like her taking out.
So here's the thing. Do you want to make a Do you want to make a speed roll to try to intervene? Keeping in mind you're blind. You're just going by hearing here.
Yeah.
All right. Make a speed roll.
Okay.
You got to beat a 9.
Yeah, I got a 10.
All right. So you feel where her hand is and you stop her before she slices this thing open.
Okay. I'll say don't slice it open. I just want to feel it. I'm just gonna like check its belly, Brendan. Like trying to use my medicine. Can I feel like? Does it seem like it's digested something like solid? Like could have a manual in its belly or something?
Let me just check. I just want to look at its stats. So you don't see anything about. No, you don't feel any. Feels like a normal salamander to you. It feels rather big. Like the most. You've probably only ever. Heard of them getting, up to a foot or maybe 2. This one feels like it's maybe 5 or 6 feet long.
My God, I'll be like, what's up with this giant salamander? I'll be like, is this like a demon? I'll be like, are you a demon? I'll say to the salamander.
It just crawls in the ground.
All right, I'll just say, I'll be like, there was no kind of scroll or anything. What was in the room?
She says it was empty. It was just it was a lake, an underground lake.
That was it? Just a lake?
Mm-hmm. I searched everywhere. Somebody's probably already taken it, that's all. Perhaps you can drink the blood of this salamander and it'll give you its powers.
Is that how that works?
You don't think so.
I'll just say, the salamander doesn't seem to have any powers.
She says, very well, I will cook it for us.
I'll say, well, I mean, I guess it couldn't hurt if we're going to kill this thing anyway. I'll say, but I mean, why is it 6 feet? I'll say, this thing could be something. Like, what if this thing has powers or something?
She says, do you want me to put it back in the lake?
I don't know about all that. I'll say, I don't really know what to do with this thing. I don't really want to just... I'll say, what can you do? I'll say, all right, look, if you have any kind of powers, lizard, I'll be like, I'll say, look, salamander, if you tell us what you can do right now, we won't hurt you, but otherwise we're about to dine on some salamander.
The salamander just kind of crawls around. It's not doing anything.
All right, I'll just say, let's try the blood thing. Maybe that'll do something. I'll just, sure, I'll let her kill it, and I'll just try to drink some of his blood if that does anything. Hopefully it doesn't make me sick.
You gonna try to drink the salamander's blood?
If she thinks that it does something, sure, I'll try it.
All right. She says, I've heard this can be an effective way to increase your energy.
Okay, let's see.
All right, so make an endurance roll. You're drinking the blood, right?
Sure. If this poisons me, I'm going to be mad. Nah, I got a 4, so I probably didn't succeed.
All right, so you turn blue, and well, you don't know you turn blue, do you? You have trouble breathing, and you pass out. And all right, so I'm going to send you a note, Steve.
Okay. Shouldn't have drank that blood. Stupid thing. Interesting.
And you awaken, and your father says, "I think we need to get you to a physician, son. Perhaps we should go back to Dalu."
I'll say, yeah, sounds good, but first I'm going to drink some more of that blood.
You drank quite a bit of it already.
Oh, is there not enough left to drink, really?
I mean, you drank the blood from the body.
All of it?
Yeah. That was...
Okay. I'll say, Dad, why don't you drink some?
He says, I'd rather not.
I'll say, I really think that you should, though.
He says, no, I've had enough. And you also don't think there's enough left in there to really make much of a difference.
Okay. I'll just say, if we find more of these salamanders, I definitely want to drink their blood. I'll say, okay. I'll just say, all right. But I'm still blind, huh?
You're still blind.
Son of a bitch. All right, I'll say, okay, let's get me a physician and, take care of this. I'll say thank you for recovering that Huayin. I'll say, soon, by the way, I plan to let you have I plan to arrange a very big meal. I know you haven't been able to consume as many masters as I would have liked. So hopefully that pleases you.
You're saying that to Huayin?
Yeah.
She nods. She says, I would be very pleased.
I'll say, all right. I'll say, but for now, let's get me to a physician so I can see again.
And your father says, where do you want me to take you to a physician?
I'll say, whatever's closest.
All right. And hold on, I just want to check on something here.
All right.
All right. Why don't we go? Oh man, you guys are at Owl Hill. Yeah. Why don't we go back to Dalu?
All right.
Did you leave your other? What about the rest of your family? Are they still in Dalu?
Oh, so the scholar, my nephew, the scholar, is with me. Mm-hmm. My crippled brother, Purple Scorpion, is there with my other niece, the Silent One, and then I left.
They're both the Silent One and the crippled brother are in Dalu.
Yeah, along with Chen Zhao, the heroic guy, all right, and my other sworn brother.
All right, so you're not going to be making the survival roll.
Yeah.
Assuming. All right, so in 2 days you return to Dalu,
All right.
and let's see, I'm going to get my Dalu book open. And I assume you want to go to your home.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me just see something here. All right. Are you familiar with Wei Ling Su? Have you dealt with him at all?
Doesn't sound familiar. What's his story?
He's just a physician, but he's in town.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll go to him.
all right. So you can have him come to your residence. Actually, it's not required that you
Oh,
go to him.
okay.
So you send out that word, and so you left your niece and your uncle and
Not my brother.
your brother. I'm sorry. So your brother says, our third sister has come.
I'll say, excellent. I'll say, please, just have her wait for a moment while I take care of my blindness. I'd like to be able to see my sister again.
And all right, so Wei Ling Su arrives, and he says, "Greeting, Mr. Yang."
I'll say, greetings. Thank you
Says,
for coming.
He says, "What can you explain to me? What the problem is?"
I was in a cave and now I'm blinded. I'm thinking it's some kind of toxin.
You just suddenly became blind, wandering in a cave.
Well, I saw a vision of a man I had killed, and then when he struck me, I became blind. So,
Okay, where did he strike you?
him in the chest, right, Brendan?
Yeah.
I'll say the chest.
All right. He says, "Well, there is a palm mark on your chest."
How can that be?
I would assume because somebody struck you in the chest.
I'll say, okay. So what can be done about it? I guess I was attacked by a ghost.
He examines your eyes and he examines your pulse and he says, "This looks familiar to me. It does look like it does look like earthquake palm."
What can be done about this earthquake palm?
This is a little above my skill level, sir, but my understanding is the earthquake palm can only be undone by someone who knows earthquake palm. And there's only one man who understands this technique, and that is divine astrologer.
Okay, well, he's dead, so what do I do?
He says, "This may be a permanent condition."
I'll say, well, that's a nuisance. I'll say, who's the best physician you've ever heard of?
He says, "Sima Hao, but his morals are questionable."
Okay. I'll just say, how so?
He's been known to use his skills for to harm as well as to heal people.
Is he a martial hero?
I don't know if he's a martial hero, but I know he has dealings with people in Jianghu.
Well, if he's my best bet, I'll have to try him. I'll say, okay. I'll say, thank you.
He nods and he says it's possible that I'm wrong, that I've misunderstood the symptoms here, but I would encourage you to consider the possibility this is a permanent condition.
Well, I'll leave that as a last resort, but I appreciate your insight.
He bows, and do you pay him?
Yeah. I say, bring Sima Hao here.
So one of your men says it may take him several days to get here.
Why?
Because he lives in Tungon.
Okay. Yeah, send for him. I guess I'll wait a few days, and in the meantime, I guess I'll talk to my sister.
All right. So your sister, you can hear. I assume you have her brought in, or.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. So she enters, and she says, "Greetings, brother," and it's Yang Chan is your sister.
She's my third sister?
Third sister.
Okay. Yang Chan. Okay, I'll say, sister. It's very good to hear your voice again. I'll say, unfortunately, I'm a little lacking in sight at the moment.
She says, "What happened to your vision? I was heard that you were rising in the city."
Yes, I was trying to get a manual, but something, I don't know if there was a toxin or what, but something caused me to be blind. Looked like a ghost. The ghost of Divine Astrologer Yu. Or Zhu, sorry.
She says, "Wait, you think you were attacked by a ghost?"
Well, I don't know. I think it was some kind of toxin or hallucination or something, but there appears to be a palm print on my chest. And it looks like I'm being affected by earthquake palm, which blinded me, so...
She says, "Well, if it weren't a ghost, I would get revenge for you."
Ah, thank you, sister. I appreciate that. I'll say, how have your studies been? Are you a great martial hero?
She says, "My skills are passable. They need to improve."
Where have you been living?
She says, "I've been roaming the Jianghu."
Ah. Well, soon we'll be able to go back home.
She says, what is your plan for the future?"
I'll say, well, father is running affairs now, so I would ask him, but I know he wants to go back to the Canyon Sect and acquire more manuals and kung fu expertise from there so that our strength is increased. Do you agree with that plan?
She says, "This sounds like a reasonable plan to me. I have no objection to it. I should like to see our family restored to its rightful control of the canyon."
Excellent. I'll say, just so you're aware, where's Li Ping Xiang on the pyramid? Wait, isn't she fourth sister then, Brendan? Isn't she fourth? Oh no, I'm first brother. Okay. I'll say third. I'll say second brother is also in town, and he doesn't agree with our way of doing things.
She said, "Second brother is a pest, and he should have been exterminated many years ago."
I'll just say, hey, don't talk that way about brother, okay? I'll say, however misguided, he's still one of us.
She says, "Don't be naive, brother. He is going to slit your throat one night. There are rumors that he seeks to kill you."
I say, what? Where are you hearing that?
She says, "This is what everyone says."
I'll say, well, he's probably just a little upset. I'll say, we can discuss this, of course. I'll say, geez, my own brother wants to kill me. I'll say, not dad, huh, me? I'll say, all right, well, I mean, if he wants that, he's making things very difficult. I'll say, if it comes to that, then we'll deal with him appropriately, but I don't want him hurt. Maybe he can be made to see the light in time, even if he can't see it right now.
She says, I think you're being dutiful to him, but you give him too much credit. He is already too far down his path.
Well, I'm not going to
have
handle
dealings with him before myself.
When?
Our paths have intersected.
And what was the result?
The result was I had to fight for my life.
He attacked you?
Oh, yes.
And you survived?
I survived, yes. But barely.
But was he really trying to hurt you, or?
I believe so. I had to run.
No, that's very troubling. I'll say, why was he attacking you?
I killed somebody and he objected to it.
Who did you kill?
An annoying woman and her child.
I'll say, I see. I'll say, all right. What's your martial name, sister?
She says, I have no martial name. Just Yang
Oh,
Chan.
that's a shame. I see. I'll say, all right, well, obviously you have no problem with the family business. I'll just say, all right, well, your ruthlessness is certainly an asset.
She says,
I'll just say,
oh, go ahead.
oh, I was just going to say, but let's save it against brother until we've determined that, until we determine exactly what can be done here.
She says, if you would at least let me keep an eye on him.
I'll say, I have someone doing that, but if you want to also do that, that's fine.
She says, I have nothing better to do.
Okay, are you good at being sneaky, sister?
She says, not as good as brother, but I can manage.
All right, then do what you can. If you can spy on him successfully, then go ahead and just report back. But don't do anything. I don't want you to instigate any kind of problem.
She says, I understand.
All right, it's good to see you again, sister. Do you want to eat before you go to do this?
She says, no, I will find food on the way.
All right, very good. I'll say, if you run into any trouble, just let me know.
All right, so Tyler, what do you want to do? Because I know we don't have John and Sabrina on yet, but I don't want you just twiddling your thumbs and being bored. So do you think we should just jump into your thing, or do you want to wait for them? Like, what do you think will work?
I think we can wait for them. It's we're kind of in a precarious situation, so I don't want to railroad anybody.
Okay, all right, that's fair. All right, so we'll advance to Sima Hao arriving, unless you have something you want to do in the meantime, Steve.
No, I just train with as best I can, I train with the guys, even though I can't see. I'm just like, yeah, here's the move.
All right, so...
Okay.
All right, so, so he arrives, and he says, good evening, Mr. Yang.
Thank you for coming. You must be Sima Hao.
He says, that is indeed my name.
I'll say, as you may or may not be able to detect, I'm blind. I would like that to go away.
He says, I will do my best. He says, unfortunately, it's the nature of ailments like this that sometimes they remain when we don't want them to. Can you explain the situation to me? How did this happen?
Yeah, can I just explain it, or do I actually have to, say everything?
No, you can just sort of, you've already explained it before. I don't want this to feel like going to see 8 specialists in a day.
Yeah.
All right, so he says, do you mind if I take a reading of your longevity?
What do you mean by that?
I would like to examine your pulse and see and predict your lifespan.
I'll say, how does that benefit this?
It will give us some insight into your chances of being cured.
I'll say, all right, go ahead.
All right. He says, you will live a long life. He says, this is good news.
I'll say, that is good.
And he examines the palm print. And he says, do you think that this was really a ghost, or do you believe that this was, like you said, some kind of toxin in your body?
I think it was some kind of toxin, because I don't know. I don't know. I just don't really think it was a ghost. And if it was the ghost, I would think it would have more powerful effects. I don't know. It seemed very weakened compared to Divine Astrologer U, but I don't know.
He says, what you suggest sounds reasonable. It's somewhat bad news, but there is some hope here. He says, my theory, based on what you're telling me, is that there was indeed some sort of toxin and that you produce this effect based on some sort of ability to reconstruct his earthquake palm. Have you ever seen him perform this technique up close?
Yes, he used it when we were battling.
So I think that the solution is to find a way to reverse the earthquake palm. And then that will hopefully produce some kind of cure. He says, I believe what you've done is that you've adequately simulated the effect with the help of this toxin.
Okay, so do you have any suggestion as to how I might do that? Because the man who did Earthquake Palm is dead.
Yes, but there is always a manual.
I see. Do you happen to know anything about Divine Astrologer too, or where his manual might be?
He says, well, what I know is that a member of the 87 Killer Organization offered to sell me that information about 5 months ago.
Oh. I'll say very good.
And I'll say connect you with this man for a price.
I'll say, what did you have in mind?
10,000 spades.
I'll say, sure. I'll say, you're on. I'll just, have someone give him the money.
All right. He says, excellent. He says, I'm going to write down some information for you, and you can choose if you want to act on it or not. And
I'll say, are you affiliated with any sect, Simohao, or you just go as you please?
I do as I please. I do not like having a master.
I see. I'll say, would you like to, would you consider a partnership with us? You could still do as you please, but, maybe make a little extra money than you would. I'd cut you in for a percentage if you would stick around and help with things.
He says, this is not my way. He says, if you need my help, you know where to reach me, but I do not partner with people.
All right.
And I'm just getting the name for you.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There's a name in the place.
Okay. I'll just say, okay. I'll just say to Hua Yin, I'll say, Hua Yin, can you bring this person to me?
She says, I can, but if I... Do you mean by force?
I'll say, just ask her to come. I mean, not by force, but I mean, I need her to come here. I'm blind. I don't really think it's a good idea for me to travel.
She says, very well. She says, I will try to bring this person here.
Okay, if she won't come, just ask if she'll give you the info, and obviously I'll pay whatever the cost is.
She says, very well. And let me just see if we have John and Sabrina on. If we don't,
we don't.
See.
We don't. I already just told you we don't.
I know that you believe we don't, but I
just trying to save you some
time. All right, so I assume you want to elapse time then before.
Yeah.
All right. So week and a half goes by, and one of your men says that Guan Tao is here with a retinue of 17 men. And she insists on being seen with all 17 of her men.
I'll say, fine. Have my brothers come here. My sworn brother and my other brother, then.
So your crippled brother and your sworn...
No. My sworn brother and my...
Oh, your sworn...
Not my... So my sworn brother and then Chan Chao.
Okay. All right. Okay, so the two of them are there, And again, you can't see, but you just hear the footsteps of a lot of people coming in, and
Okay.
and she says, what's your what is it? Yang. What's
Yang
your,
Chun.
Yang Chun. Okay, so she says, Yang Chun, you requested my presence.
I'll say, yes, thank you for coming. I'll say, I understand you have some information about uh, potentially the manual of Divine Astrologer Zhu. Is that correct?
She says, I might have some information related to this. How much are you willing to pay?
I don't know what the market price for something like that is, but I'm blinded by the effect of it. So obviously, you're in a good bargaining position there. I just would hope that you would be fair with me, as we've had dealings in the past, and I would hate for anything to sour our relationship.
She says, refresh my memory. What dealings in the past have we had?
I'll say the Celestial Plume. Wait, did that happen? Didn't we deal in Celestial Plume to them, or
You
no?
did.
She
You
bought.
did. I mean,
Oh.
you had men out there doing things, but it might not have even reached her. She's very
Oh,
high
okay.
up in the organization.
I'll just say we were supplying you with Celestial Plume.
And she said, what is the present arrangement that you have with our people?
What is it, Brendan? Do I remember?
You probably don't even remember. And at
I'll
this
say
point, it's doubtful that your friend there remembers that much either.
okay. I'll just say, to be honest, I don't know it offhand. I have someone else handling those matters, but you are receiving it through us.
She nods. Well, again, you wouldn't know that, but you know.
Right.
She says, would it be too much to ask for 1,000,000 spades for this information?
I'll say it seems a bit high. Wouldn't you agree? Unless you're going to deliver me the manual. Do you have the manual in your possession?
No, just the knowledge of where it is.
I mean, so then I still have to go and get it. I mean, if you had it, I would pay 1,000,000, but I think to go and still have to get it, I'll say, how about 250,000 spades?
She says, if I were blind, I think that, and I was as rich as you, and I offered somebody that amount of money, it would be because I did not respect them and I was wishing to insult them.
I'll just say, I don't mean to insult you, but I mean, you're just pointing me to a place that may entail a whole bunch of other work and more people to die. I mean, what do you think is a respectable number? A million seems high. I counted at 250.
750,000.
I'll say, how about 500,000?
600,000. I'm not going any lower than that.
I nodded already. I'll just say, okay.
Says, very well, pay me and I will tell you.
Okay, I give her the money. Oh, let me mark that down.
She says, Henshi Temple. The people of Henshi Temple have the manual.
Uh-huh. How well is it guarded?
Oh, that I wouldn't know. I avoid them. I don't like them very much.
I see. I'll say, okay, and you know for a fact it's still there?
The last I heard, yes.
Okay, I'll say, and what city is that in, Brendan?
It's not in a city. It's on Temple Hill. It's in eastern Fanju province.
Oh, I see.
Right near Mount Dao.
I say, I see. I'll say, perhaps we could discuss some other business then, if you're interested.
What business would this be?
I'll say, I'll make it worth your while if you go and get me the book and bring it back.
No, I'm afraid not. You will have to do this yourself. I am not a hired hand for this sort of thing. And my organization would object to such a confrontation with Henshi Temple.
Are they powerful?
They have imperial backing.
Oh, they have imperial backing. I see. I'll say, okay, thank you for your time.
She and actually, hold on. She's going to give you some further information. I just have to get the information myself.
Okay.
She says, "Have you heard of Gentle Sage?"
Not familiar.
She says, "Well, he is the leader of Henshi Temple, and especially cruel.
I thought this was a temple of Henshi. Okay.
She says, it was once dedicated to the merciful goddess, but it was destroyed by the emperor years ago.
I see.
Now it's the temple of Imperial Dehuans, devoted to the enlightened goddess and the bold king.
I see. Sounds like my kind of people. I'll say. All right. I'll say, good to know. Do you have any other information that might be useful for that?
That's all that I know.
I'll say, okay. Well, thank you for coming here to see me.
She says, it was a pleasure meeting you. I hope that you regain your eyesight soon.
I'll say, thank you.
And she leaves.
Okay. I'll just say, well, I mean, I can't go get it myself, so I'll say, unfortunately, I am blind. I'll say, here, I'm going to be like, I'm going to just say, everyone, please leave this chamber for a minute.
You want everybody to leave?
Except my father.
Oh, okay. All right, everybody leaves.
Okay. I'll say, Father, can you send a message to Eunuch Lung and ask him to come here and meet with me?
Yes. Hold on, let me get my information. Can you remind me who Eunuch Lung is? I kind of remember, but I have to...
He's like the guy. He was the go-between between me and the Emperor.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. The slightly more shady go-between, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get my campaign setting details. All right. Yes, I can do this. Any particular message, or just tell him to come here?
I just need him to come here.
He says, "Okay, I will do so."
Thank you, Father. I'll just wait. Basically, I'll be practicing my technique that I was working on.
All right. So eventually, Eunuch Lung arrives.
Right.
I assume. Do you? Now again, he's Imperial. Do you make accommodations nice for him?
Yeah. I'll roll out the red carpet for him. Make everything nice.
All right. So I guess he, you have him brought into your reception hall, and presumably he has some tea and and food presented to him.
Yeah.
And he says, Yang Chun, what is this all about? It seems.
I'll say, well, what's that?
No, it just seemed unusual, the message.
Yes, I'll say, well, thank you for coming. I've been blinded, and I believe it was by a toxin. I need more information about Earthquake Palm, and it's currently at Henshi Temple. I understand it has some Imperial connections. I was hoping you might be able to maneuver a little bit to help me acquire it.
He says, well, I think your information source is a little bit flawed here. There was in the past Imperial connections, but they've gone rogue ever since the transition from the previous emperor.
Oh, I see. I thought they still had some. So they don't have any Imperial backing.
No, they do not. You are free to do with them as you wish, if that is your concern.
I mean, were I able to see? I'll say, do you know of any other way that can cure me of this blindness?
He says, well, I would imagine that Earthquake Palm would be the only way.
Do you know Earthquake Palm?
No, but how much danger do you wish to court in your pursuit of healing?
I'll say, well, I can't really court much because I can't see. So, but I mean, I have some very powerful forces that can help me, so I can court. What did you have in mind? And I'll tell you if it's,
He says, well, events that have been occurring around you have come to my attention, of course, and I've also heard rumors of other related events. Have you ever heard of a man named Zhu Detong?
Zhu Detong. That name sounds kind of familiar. I have, right, Brendan?
I don't think you have.
Zhu Detong? Why does that name sound
8
familiar? I'll
foot
say,
tall.
huh?
8 foot tall man. Very striking.
Oh no, then. I'll say, no, I'm not familiar with him.
He was a good friend, a sworn brother of Divine Astrologer. And it's likely that he might have had knowledge of this technique.
How powerful is this Zhu Detong?
Well, he's very powerful. And on top of that, I'm told he is eager to settle a grudge with you over the death of his sworn brother.
Oh, I see. I'll say, okay, is there any way you could help smooth this over, or no?
I don't know how I would smooth. What did you have in mind?
I'll say, well, how about this? I'll offer him this. If he'll use his thing to cure my blindness, I'll fight him to the death. I don't know if that would be of interest to him, but he can't get to me any other way, right? So if he's willing to agree, he wants revenge for his friend, I'll fight him to the death if he cures my blindness.
Well, he is a righteous man, they say, so I suspect that this might be an agreeable arrangement.
Okay.
Where should the duel be held?
I'll say the duel can be held. How about at the Crown of Gushan?
Very well. I will pass this information along, and you can probably expect that he'll be arriving here.
Okay, very good.
He says, "Is there anything else that I can do for you?"
I'll say no. That'll do it. Thank you very much.
Okay, he takes his leave.
All right.
All right. I just want to check. Do we have John and Sabrina or no?
No.
All right.
They said they'd be on in a few minutes.
Okay. All right. So I guess we'll step up onto the next. Oop, I'm getting an echo. All right. So Zhu Detong does arrive within 5 days. Steve, is there anything you want to do in the meantime?
No. Just keep working on my technique. Just keep working on that technique. That's all.
All right. So a man comes into your court. Now again, you can't see, so you have no visual read on him, but
right.
But you can hear the weight of his steps. What's your detect?
1.
Okay, so all right. Well, he sounds like a powerful guy, but beyond that, you don't really know. And I was told you wanted to speak with me.
I'll just say yes. Thank you for coming. I'll say, would you care for anything to eat or drink?
I would not trust food or wine or water from you, you murderer.
I'll say, we fought in a duel. I don't really think that's an appropriate title.
He says, yes, it was a very unmatched duel.
I'll say I fought him as long as I could by myself,
And then you summoned some kind of giant insect to devour him. That's not what I call a fair match.
I'll say I used my resources, he used his. I don't understand what the problem was. I'll say, but nevertheless, I'll say, thank you for coming. If you cure my blindness, I'll give you your chance for revenge. I'll fight you to the death at the Crown of Gushan.
And what are you going to do, send an insect on me too?
I'll say, I mean, I had thoughts.
He says you would. You would do that to me as well, wouldn't you?
I'll say, no.
He says, you have no shame.
I'll say, I'll fight you straight up. I'll say, take care of my blindness, and I'll fight you straight up. I was very unlucky against your friend.
He says, swear to it. Swear that you will not involve any of your other sect members or any kind of monstrosity that's in your service.
I'll say, I swear, won't involve anybody else, just me and you.
Swear on your father's life.
Swear on it.
I'll say, I swear on my father's life.
He says, very well. He says, when are we going to have this duel?
I'll say, well, first cure my blindness, and then we can discuss.
I want the terms agreed upon before I cure your blindness.
I'll tell you what, as soon as you cure it, why don't we go right to the Crown of Gushan, and I'll whip you up real quick.
He says, "You're very confident, my friend." He says, "I will cure you, and then we will fight in 3 days."
I'll say, why 3 days? I'm ready.
He says, "Those are my terms."
I'll say, okay, in 3 days then.
And he says, "And I want the fight to be here in the city, where everybody can see."
I'll say, no, we agreed on the Crown of Gushan.
Then I will not heal you.
I'll say, all right, then I'll find another way, and you'll spend the rest of your life not avenging your friend. Is that what you want?
I could just get revenge right now while you're blind.
I'll say, you could try, but I have a bunch of men in here that are more powerful than you. I'll say, including my spider friend that'll rip your head off. So I'll say, it's your move if you like, but I'll say, I think you'd have a better shot healing me and fighting me, but whatever you want.
He says, "No, you will just stay blind, I suppose. And I'll find my revenge later."
I'll say, I don't think so. I'll just snap my fingers. I'll be like, beat him within an inch of his life, and then I'll take it from him. I'll just say, I tried to do it the good way. You didn't want it. I'll just be like, all right.
All right, hold on. This is going to be a big battle.
Pummel this guy.
Oh my god.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Can you hear us and everything fine? I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you guys. All right, so you
Good
guys
guy,
are...
Steve.
I tried to give him. I gave him his options. He didn't want to listen.
He just wanted to change the venue. He didn't...
Yeah, I didn't want to change the venue.
All right, so you guys are in the Toad.
Whoa! What do you know?
Do you guys remember what happened?
Oh, I'm so excited. So wait, we're nowhere like ahead of where we were.
No, but
No.
I need to go over exactly where we left off, just so everybody's on the same page here.
I super appreciate that. I was super bummed that I missed out on grabbing a branch from the tree or anything.
Well,
No, I was gonna
you have
wait for
Tyler to
everybody.
thank, because I asked Tyler what we should do, and he said we should wait. So, it was...
Thank you.
So, all right. So you guys are inside the Toad, right? And you guys were just before the tree.
Yep. And John was outside the Toad. He was up on my water dragon, kind of circling it, I think. Just kind of around the area. Waiting for
I
us.
tried to touch a branch and it kind of moved away from me.
Okay. All right. So, and so that's where we and so that's the only details that were present, right? You were up on this mound inside the Toad, trying to touch the tree branch, and it moved away. Okay.
Yeah, there were images too on the tree, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
For each month.
Yeah, all of the different symbols of the months, like the Bixie and the dragon and the
I
phoenix.
want to grab the Bixie or a demon one.
Well, they're kind of like each branch would have multiple, like it's all over them, and like if you look really close, it's like you can keep seeing deeper and deeper levels of them. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean?
I thought you were saying like one branch had like all Bixie. Like,
Oh,
no,
imagine
yeah.
we took the demon one and just like demons.
No,
poured
it's
out
like
of-
every branch seems to have like, if you really tallied it, it would probably maybe be in the millions.
You just turn into an ogre demon. You lose all your kung fu. You're just this big, tubby, non-key.
All right, so nothing else is in here though, just this mound with this tree.
Yep.
I'll be like, I think we should be ready to tickle this frog's nose.
Do you wanna grab it at the same time, one branch or something?
Yeah,
Go-
we'll both grab it at the same time.
All right.
I think we should like.
Take a bunk.
Sorry about that.
But I want one to be like all deep and special, like we grabbed it at the same time. It's like, yeah.
No, we should do that.
Yeah.
Should we kowtow or should we? I'm just trying to play all my cards here.
No, I agree.
You know, if we're gonna get smited, I want it to be reasonable. You know, like. All right, so we're gonna both kowtow and try and grab the same branch and take it off.
All right, can you guys both make an arm strike roll?
Oh,
And
arm
if you want to-
strike.
and if you want, well, to grab it.
Do you want me to do it?
Can we both make one?
Yeah, you can both make them.
Alright.
I got
8.
a 10.
All right.
Ooh. I think I actually had 3d10.
All right. So you go to grab it, and it smashes you in the nose, Tyler.
Me?
Yeah. It just it sort of slips back and then just rebounds on you it's like getting hit in the face with like a big tree branch, but it does 6 wounds to you.
What?
And there's just blood pouring down your face.
Can you counter it?
You gonna try to? Can you counter that?
That was what it was kind of doing. It kind of countered.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right. Sorry.
It didn't do anything to her.
Well, you're sort of the one that was it could only hit one of you. So
You got the 10. Lucky you.
Oh my god.
it got 2 10s on its attack roll for the counter.
Oh, that's nice.
All right. Well, now that we know that, should we try again?
I mean,
Do you have Breath of the Lotus Petal?
I do not. Seems like it would be pretty useful right now.
I should probably teach that one to you on our way back.
Linksu's in here, right?
Did you take Lingsu with you? I think
Yes.
you did.
Yeah.
And White Browed Tiger is in here with us.
Let's ask White Bread Tiger how he thinks we should remove this branch. He seems pretty knowledgeable about things like this, you know.
He says I could try to cut it off from a distance.
Oh, that's good. He has.
But, yeah, he could do that. He could use that profound technique to 15 swords cut through it or something. I don't know.
Just completely shred it.
Maybe
You won't let us take one?
I will minimize the effect of that just to slice off a branch.
I nod.
I love how we've gone from a deep moment to fuck it, just shred it
You
up.
did that for 6 wounds. What do you-
Get the chainsaw, honey.
he just sort of points and a bunch of swords fly out into the air and slice through the branch, and the branch gets severed and falls off the tree, but it sort of propels into the air and begins moving around the region. And can I get some speed rolls? Yeah.
Oh my god. It's never easy, is it?
Well, I mean, it's the epoch tree.
Oh
It's
my god, this is the worst speed roll I've ever gotten.
What'd
I
you
got a
get?
7.
1, a 2, and a 2.
All right.
I'm just so
Shocked
stunned,
over today.
shocked that this is.
Why is this happening?
Why?
And Tyler, you got a 7?
All of it.
Yeah, I got a 7.
All right, you can go first.
Alright, can I use Hands of Lin against this thing? To just contain it?
What does that do?
The one that I can use telekinesis.
Oh, yeah, do that.
Okay, do you have the text for me on that one?
It's the one that you wrote about recently that Sunmai showed us. Let me pull it up.
It's LIN?
Yeah.
Alright, I can find it.
Oh, you sent it to us, I think. Yeah,
alright,
Hands of Lin Zero. I can't even say it. You send out key energy, causing it to lift a heavy object, even hurling it as a weapon. Make an endurance roll against a TN set by the weight of the
You can
object.
try it, but I'm just going to point out to you, because you would kind of be aware of this, that this is like a really ancient artifact that was planted by a deity. And so it might be more challenging than lifting up a big boulder or something.
Do we have to beat it up? I don't understand.
You've never done this before. You don't know what you have to do.
Alright, then I'll use, you know
Come on,
what, if
Link
we're going at this, I'm gonna use Fires of the Merciful Heart on this thing. I'm
Okay.
gonna set it on fire.
Would this be considered a demon spirit or?
Probably not. This is beyond that. This is well
I
beyond.
figured. So it's kind of all right.
I got a 10 on my attack roll. Let me see what
What's the effect?
I am gonna set it on fire. It's 10 against its resolve. I don't know what the resolve of this tree branch would be.
Oh, it has resolved, Tyler.
And I'm sorry, what it was 10? What was the number? 10?
Yeah, I got a 10.
All right, so it's gonna work.
That's 5d10 plus 3 extra wounds. And this is the one where you can't die from it. You get incapacitated. My highest was a 9.
And it's 3 extra wounds?
Yep.
All right, so the branch goes up in fire. There's a it's burning. But it starts arcing through the air towards you guys, and it's the tree's turn. Or the tree branches.
The tree or the branch?
The branch. The tree itself is not really doing much.
Okay, good.
All right. Okay, so the tree... Okay, everybody pick a number between 1 and 10.
Excuse me?
A number between 1 and 10.
Ah, jeez. I'm gonna go with 6.
I got a 1. I just rolled a d10 and I chose that number, so I got a 1.
All right.
He was number 1.
Okay. All right, the branch impales Lingsu.
Like dead?
He collapses.
Oh,
And then it
what
flies,
is going on?
And it flies into the air and turns around and, is, prepared, it seems, to continue its attack. And it's, white-browed
Lingsu
tiger.
didn't try to stop it or anything?
Oh, shoot.
Nope.
Uh,
Okay,
What?
white-browed tiger sends, like, a crap load of those swords at the thing. And,
want him using his best one.
and it just strikes, and you just see like a rain of sparks as the swords, sort of cascade into the sword, into the stick. And Sabrina, it's your turn. And John, what did you get?
Oh, I'm not even inside the toad. I'm outside the toad.
Oh,
He's
you're
having a
okay.
good old time on my dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Just having a nice time.
This
Until
is
she
fun.
dies, it disappears, and then I'm like, oh crap.
He gets eaten by a koi and never seen from heard. It's taking fire damage already from Tyler, right?
Yeah, Tyler, that's going to continue, right? So the next round, it should continue to take that.
I think so, yes.
You're right. Would Winds of the Dragon work on the stick? Like, cathartically? Would falling damage hurt the stick?
It
Am I
could.
able to, like, whoa.
It'd be like thrown to the ground, right? That would be.
That's what I'd guess. I'm gonna try it anyway. It's worth a try. It's like one of my best moves. I'm gonna use it cathartically.
Okay.
It's gonna be against its evade.
What'd you
Got
get?
6.
All right, that's not going to work.
Because I missed, or because it didn't look
because
effective?
Because you missed.
Okay.
Sadly, it would have been Lingsu's turn now, but now it's Tyler's turn.
Oh god.
Oh, Lingsu, you silly.
So you can roll damage on the for the fire this round, and also take an additional action.
Highest is 7.
All right. All right. Can you? And what do you want to do for your action?
Does Lingsu look like he's dead?
He's pale.
He's pale.
Mm.
Can I spend my turn making a medicine roll on him? Make sure he doesn't die on me. Oh, actually, could I use Fires of the Merciful Heart on Lingsu?
You could try that, but if he's already dead, you don't know what would happen.
Does he look like he's dead?
You don't know. He looks pale. It's up to you.
I don't. Well, I can use it on multiple targets. So I'll use it on the branch, and I'll use it on Lingsu, and pray to God that he's not dead.
Okay.
My highest was a 9.
All right, so you're gonna hit, and you dividing the damage up,
Dividing it?
or is it just it affects everybody the same way?
It
right?
affects everybody, yeah.
Okay. All right, so roll damage.
My highest was a 10, and this one does just 2 extra wounds because I didn't get a total success on the attack roll.
All right, so the branch collapses to the ground, and Ling Su bursts into the flames of the. I can't remember the name of the technique, but he bursts into those flames, and
Does he enter that state of being?
how long does that last for?
It lasts for an hour.
All right, so no, he actually starts screaming.
Screaming? Why is he screaming?
He says, "Stop! Get the fire off of me!"
Oh my. Okay, we'll get the fire off. Oh, Linksu, you silly guy. Do I just like pat him down or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pat down the fire.
He's burned and he has a giant hole in his chest.
Burn. But it doesn't do damage,
No,
though.
it shouldn't
like
do
that.
damage. That's the opposite of what it should do.
Oh, why did it do that?
Oh no.
I'm confused.
Linksu's a demon.
I'm concerned.
Yeah, what's going on with Linksu now?
He
What
just
about our
kind of gets up and
technique?
brushes himself off.
And he's okay?
Do you have a medicine skill?
Yeah.
What is it?
3?
Do you want to check him out?
Yeah. I assume he's dead.
Yeah, he's
Right,
definitely
emotion.
dead. He's definitely dead. But he's walking around and talking like he shouldn't be.
I'll be like, Linksu, you are...
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
We're
what you
bringing it
said.
back.
There was a...
I said, Linksu, you are dead.
He says, then why am I talking to you?
I believe because we are in Emo Chung.
We're in a magical.
I mean, he's got a big brain. He should be able
No,
to do this.
yeah, but he's got to give him a moment to process the...
No.
He checked his own pulse.
Yeah, no, he eventually kind of starts checking his body, and he looks around, and he says, I believe you might be right. He says, I don't know what the proper course of action is in this sort of case.
Right it will.
Right, Will.
Right, yeah. I'll take all of your things now. I'll be like,
I
not
moved the
sure.
body. No, I'm just kidding.
He says, I think I may have to appear before the magistrates.
Don't do that.
I'll be like,
Oh, go ahead.
that would be necessary for him to have rebirth, correct?
Yes.
But could you also not die?
Well, then I would be a fugitive. Wouldn't
What if-
I?
He stepped out of his body, right?
No,
Or it's
this is
still
his
in
body. He's in his body.
We'll sort this out after. Aren't we fighting this thing? It's like,
Well, the branch
No,
is
the
on
branch
the
is-
ground.
oh okay, the branch is down. Sorry, I don't know how I missed that.
It fell down. Well, I mean, there was a whole... It happened the same moment that he put Ling Su on a flame, so...
Gotcha.
I'll be like, well, this is a peculiar problem. Because if we get out of this toad and ring the drum, you would be taken with us back to the other world.
What if we heal up his body before we go back? Maybe.
I don't know. This is something I've never dealt with before. I'll look at
Does
White
anyone
Brown
have-
Tiger.
Does anyone have knowledge on this place, Emo-chan?
White-browed Tiger looks at you and he says, well, at the very least, we should get him out of Emo Chung and into one of the better hells.
Which hell would that be?
Any but Emo Chung.
Any but this one?
Yes. Unless you want him to become a part of Emo Chung sect.
I do not believe so.
What would happen if we bring him back to just our place? He'd just die, right? Or would he just be...
He says, I don't know. He would either collapse and die, or you may find yourself the recipient of the attention of the heavenly bureaucracy.
I'd be like, then I believe that we have to have Linksu appear before the 8 magistrates.
He says, I think we can attempt to achieve this. What was our method of leaving Imo-chung?
Using the drum. Or the tiny little drum that he gave us.
He says, well, hopefully that'll take us to the right place.
I'll be like, let us get out of this toad and get with our companion, and then we will get out of here.
Do you grab your stick?
Yeah, Sabrina, do you want to double grab the stick?
Yeah, double grab the stick.
Double grab the stick.
All right, you double grab the stick.
Hold it up. Yeah.
How do you get out of the toad?
He's like, I'm unimpressed with the double grab of the stick.
It would have been a lot cooler if we got it that first time.
Yeah, without Linksu dying or me being whacked in the head.
How do you get out of the toad?
We're gonna go to its nose and tickle it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about toad anatomy, but that was the plan.
All right, how do you want to tickle the nose?
I can shoot winds at it or something and see if that'll work.
Does anybody have?
Yeah, why don't you? Do you want to give me a roll?
Yeah.
Sure. If not, I'm sure we have a bunch of other techniques that could work. I got a 7.
Okay, so it starts to kind of convulse, and you can sense a sneeze coming on, or that it might be opening its mouth.
Definitely.
All right. Do we get in position for the sneeze?
Yeah, we get in a sneeze position.
Okay, have you guys ever seen the Never-Ending Story?
Yes.
So you know what scene I'm talking about. Then it's a little bit like that. Just this massive gust of wind exhales you from the toad's mouth. I need people to make athletics rolls.
I'm gonna call my water dragon while I'm flying through the air if possible. I know it's kind of like stretch for it to catch us, but like John's in charge of that.
All right. So John is riding the water dragon?
Yeah, I gave it kind of like orders to protect and like look out for us for when we come out.
All right, I'll have it roll and see if it gets you. All right, it manages to catch you.
I got a 9 on my athletics roll too, if that's still necessary.
Well, then the dragon catches you either way, so you end up okay. And it manages to catch everybody and bring them to safety, away from the toad. And the toad just kind of sits down and ignores you. Look, hold on 1 second, guys.
Now we ride off into the distance.
Just give me 1 moment.
Yeah. It's zooming in on you, Tyler, doing that.
What, me biting my nail?
Yeah. Right when you started, it just like zoomed in immediately, like up close to your mouth.
It was like, hey, pay attention to this. This is important.
Check it out.
God, Linksu's dead.
No, he's not dead. I refuse to accept that.
Do you think Linksu is meant to die because he didn't die in the other timeline? So it's like, this is its way of correcting itself? No!
Don't say things like that.
I mean, you're not dead yet. It's better to be an alive outlaw than a dead corpse, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather him be...
We can't have them be mad at us, though.
If they are mad at them, we'll go through the trial and error, but until then, it's like, we didn't know we couldn't do this.
It's not my fault. They didn't put up any signs saying not to go into the... into hell.
White Bread Tiger definitely just said that we would get in trouble.
They should put up signs.
If you die here, don't go back. Stay here.
Exactly. How am I supposed to know that I'll be a fugitive of the law just because I take a stick to the chest? I guess even if you don't, they'll just find you.
Let them come for you. Screw it.
Just act totally, like, clueless.
right.
What?
Sorry about that. So, just to shed some light on that was totally random. Ling Su being the one killed there. There was
okay.
there
You
was
can't say things like that.
There was no rhyme. Well, I just want to make sure people understand the. As you guys I was talking with Tyler about this, so he has an inkling on what I'm about to say. But you guys are sort of entering into the profound master levels, and you guys are accustomed to being Chi rank 6 when the world is all Chi rank 3, and now it's
We're like bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, now you're like bottom of the barrel, and so
I
It's
love
like being in 8th grade and then going to high school as a freshman.
Yeah.
So things are potentially much more deadly. All right, so what are you guys doing exactly?
I'm like, do we ring this drum and hope that it takes us to where we were before?
Yeah. That's all we can do, I guess, right?
Like, perhaps if we envision where we want to go, that would work.
Do we just want to go find the magistrates? Is that the plan?
What happened in there?
That's right.
Ling Su is dead, but we have the branch.
Ah.
Worth it.
Did you grab Ling Su's body?
I'll let Ling Su talk if he wants.
He says, "I'm right here."
This doesn't make any sense. Why are you guys messing with me?
Like, we are an emo chung, friend. If you die here, you do not. This is where you would go.
Me in particular? Are you able to see things like that?
What?
How do you know this is where I'm going to go when I die?
Not necessarily, but I mean, if you die here, this is where the dead go. The hells.
Oh, not. So what happens when we bring him back to our world?
Oh, he has to appear before the 8 magistrates.
Joe.
Oh, not.
All right, I'll try to. I'll think of the 8 magistrates' court when I rhythm that drum.
All right, and there are actually 8 different courts.
Oh God!
We
Of
want
course
the
there are.
nicest. He envisions the nicest court, like the kindest, forgiving, merciful court.
All right. So, does anybody have the talent drum roll or anything like that, or any kind of musical ability?
I think I had one.
I have musical ability, but not for drums.
Either of you guys would be okay rolling it.
I have dancing. That's
Dance would
rhythmic.
work. No, dance includes rhythm, so I think the dance would apply.
What if
You guys are gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't know you were so rhythmic. Where is this
You
coming from?"
really need to see. Okay, Tyler, Hero Shed No Tears is currently on Amazon Prime. You need to see Hero Shed No Tears because there's a very appropriate moment at the beginning of the film related to your dance skill that will.
What? Somebody's like practicing and
Just
somebody
watch
else
it.
walks
Just
in?
go on to Amazon Prime and watch
Yeah,
Hero
right.
Shed No Tears.
What's your music?
3.
You roll.
I got an 8. Unless
You got-
somebody has higher.
Oh wait, we only need one roll. John has a 3 in his music ability. Not for the drum though.
Well, Tyler already rolled, so I'm just gonna say he
Okay.
he just started.
That's fine.
I didn't know
Doing
that somebody had higher. Otherwise, I would
Alright.
have rolled.
All right, and you guys, there's sort of like a cloud of fog, and you appear before a very robust-looking magistrate behind almost like like you're in the court of a district magistrate or something, except instead of people, there's like guys with weird animal faces and hellish-looking creatures with spears.
I'm just gonna be like, yeah, yeah, we did
You
it.
just start throwing orbs at them. You're like, "Come on!"
And the magistrate looks irritated at all of you, and he says, "Why are you disrupting my court?"
Oh, I didn't know that we would be like in the middle of the court. I'll immediately drop down in Cowtown. I'll be like, "My apologies, magistrate."
I'll bow.
My friend here, I'll motion to Ling Su. We were given a profound task for joining a sect, and he died in Emo Chung. And the only way we needed him to appear before you.
He says, well, since you're trying to obey the laws, I will be lenient.
Yeah.
I'm
He says,
like,
where,
thank you, you're most gracious.
He says, where do you normally reside?
In what realm, or?
Yes.
Oh, I forget what it's like. Proper.
Xixien?
Yeah.
He motions to some guards, and he says, please escort these people to Tishien, and we will allow this man to plead his case and determine his sentence.
No sentence.
Oh, he will be sentenced.
I'll be like, may I speak with Ling Su, if this may be the last time that I see him? Before we depart.
Very well. Be quick.
Alright. Thank you. I'll bow.
I'll ask him and be like, ooh, probably not a great idea. Can I ask him, like, what a sentence like this would go for? Like, a case like this? Like, where does that...
Do you ask the magistrate?
Yeah. I don't know, like, how hot of water season.
I must assess his sins and then decide on a punishment and decide on how he will be reborn. But everybody has sin and everybody gets punishment.
How about he's reborn with us in this current... No, alright.
How about he's reborn with us?
Yeah.
He's just born at his age.
He says he will probably spend a couple of centuries serving his sentence, and then I will allow him to be reborn. Unless he's an exemplary individual.
He is pretty great.
Meg, may I ask you a question since I'm in your presence? I never thought I would be here.
He says, please speak, but quickly.
Do good deeds help affect and atone for the sins of us, or are they irrelevant before judgment?
Good is always, the good deeds are recorded as are the bad. Your crimes are assessed. There's a very accurate records are kept of everybody. We consult them.
I'll nod. I'll bow and say thank you.
He says, but we punish you for even minor transgressions.
What if, like... Never mind.
I'll nod.
He says, and you shouldn't even be here in the first place, so I don't know why I'm explaining this to you. And then he says, and so, Tyler, I know you wanted to say something to Ling Su during this time, so
I'll join him, though.
Ling Su, you must plead your case to the 8 magistrates. Perhaps that you are still on a quest or a journey of some sort. You must plead your case that you must be returned to life.
Yes.
I believe that you are quite wily and you are very good with your words. I believe that this man, you can do this.
He says, I will do my best, but I don't wish to increase the penalty for my
You get the best afterlife lawyer that you could possibly get.
Afterlife lawyer.
He says, I will say what leaps to mind, I suppose. Hopefully this magistrate is lenient.
He ends up burning the place down and, like, escaping.
He's like, see you later, punks.
What's that?
Check me out at Stone Palace sect.
I don't like the answer you gave. He just torches it.
So the magistrate says, that's enough talk. Take them away. They need to leave. They're disrupting the court. And
all right, I'll would I embrace Ling Su? I don't know what I would do if this is going to be the last time I see him.
I mean, you probably don't necessarily need to embrace him, but you certainly can put your hand on his shoulder or something. And but again, you're really trying the patience of this magistrate at this point.
All right, then I'll just get out of there.
Let's embrace him anyway.
And,
group hug.
Okay, now everybody gets sentenced to...
He's not going to remember it anyway if he's reborn. Like, take him a long time.
We should have tried to bribe the judge.
Yeah, that'd go great. That'd look good on your
that's definitely what
on your
we need to
record.
do.
All right, so they escort you guys out, and let's see, where do they take you guys? I guess the guards say, "Where do you want to go?
A spa.
What's your destination? Be quick about it. We don't have time to."
Oh, should we just go to Mount Dow?
Yes, let's go to Mount Dow.
They nod and they take you
top,
down a
the top.
passageway. Huh?
The top. I'm not walking all the way up.
And they point you to a till you can see sort of the end of the cave. There's a door. It's not a door, but like a cave entrance that sort of just looks like illuminated light. And that should take you where you need to go.
This right here. I run into another light.
Back in
I
Evo
bow
John.
and I start.
Do these guys have animal heads?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, what animal heads do they have? This is necessary.
They have horse face heads.
I'd be like, how do I get that in the afterlife?
Do you ask them that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So one of them leans forward to you and he says, "Murder a lot of people, and you might end up like I did."
All right. I'll say see you in, see you around maybe. I don't know.
And they just kind of glare at you as you walk away.
Give them the finger guns. I walk no light. Sorry.
All right, you guys are at the base of Mount Dow when you pass through the light.
The base.
Shut the top.
The
These
top.
guys, useless.
I sort of sect against horse-headed people or whatever.
You suspect it might be intentional because you did specifically request going to the top. What do you guys want to do?
We're gonna bring this branch right up.
All right. Okay. So.
I ascend with the branch in my hand. I just
Summon your owl.
All right.
Oh, that's true. We could just summon my owl. Or unless we want to take that painstaking.
All right. So I'm going to just switch back to Steve real quick because.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right, Steve. Do you still want to attack?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you doing?
Look, if you just turn it over, this doesn't have to happen. Otherwise, I'm going to have to have my men beat you down and take the information from you.
He says, "I'm not afraid of your spider demon."
I'll say, all right then. I'll say, let's see what you can do. I got a 9.
On your speed?
Yep.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, wrong file. All right. He's going to go first, Steve. Is it who's in this chamber right now?
Me, my father, my sworn brother, Chan Chow, Hua Yin, and I guess that's probably it for important people. Oh, and my my crippled brother and his daughter too, though.
All right, so he
and my sister, she's there. Sorry, my sister too. She's there.
He takes out a bowl and goes like this, and he begins reciting some kind of weird Nakani or sing. You're not sure, and Hua Yin screams and is drawn into the bowl. And let me see.
I'll say, Hua Yin, are you getting him?
and he and she just sort of is pulled in as like a massive smoky swirl, and he just screams with rage, and he says, "Do you want to continue this?"
I'll just say, I can't see what happened, so yes.
Sorry, thank you. All right, yeah, Steve.
That's why you said. Well, you can.
I'm sorry. I'm terrible with blind characters. So, do you really say that?
Yeah.
All right. He says, "I have your spider demon in my grasp. It's over."
Like, Wyan, is that true?
You hear no response.
I'll just say, she might just be being quiet. I'll be like, let's get him, guys.
All right. All right. So who's? You know what? This is a very long. This is going to be a long battle because there's like 8 people attacking this guy, and he's quite powerful. So I think this is where we should end it.
You should switch to us, getting into Mount Down.
All right. You know what? I can do that.
Yes.
All right. So Steve, just remember that Hua Yin is in the bowl, and this guy is like mad with rage, and you're sending your guys at him.
No.
All right. So where do you guys go on Mount Dao? Oh,
That-
crap.
Where you were before.
The temple?
Yeah, the pool.
All right. Let me just find my realm information. Oh no, my books are falling apart.
Wyan, are you getting him?
So your character's still blind, Steve?
All right, so it's Heavenly Temple is where you're at. And yeah, Heavenly Temple. And there's the monks there. And they greet you when you arrive.
I'll bow.
Just extend your hand and just drop the stick on the floor like it's.
I was tasked to retrieve a branch from the epoch tree, and I've done so.
They say, we must get our sect leader. And they,
I'll nod.
a couple of them leave, and then you've met Ox-Hearted Widow before, right?
Yeah, she was the one that told us to get off the mountain, or she'd
Yeah, so rude.
But then,
Here we are.
But was she the one that told you to get the epoch tree branch too?
Yeah, she was. She came to me in a vision
So
while I was sleeping.
So she eventually, comes to the chamber, and she says, "Would both of you please step into the pool?"
I dive like nose deep.
All right. So what is everybody's karma rating?
2.
Sabrina?
5.
All right. So
Wait, you have a 5 karma rating?
Yeah.
Get out!
All
What? Why does she have a 5?
So she says to you, Tyler. She says, "There is still some attachment and desire in you, but the pain will not kill you. So just endure, and it will purge you of your attachments."
Oh, whoa.
And do you guys go in the pool?
Purge of our attachments, eh?
Well, not you. You're. She didn't say that to you. She said it to him.
I know. I'm just looking out for you, Tyler.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
It literally just detaches your arms.
All right. So do you guys both go into the pool? Sabrina, are you going in the pool as well or no?
Yes. I will
All
go
right.
in the pool. Sorry.
All right. So you guys go in the pool, and she tells you both to go under the water. And Tyler, you feel burning all over when it happens.
What, even before?
Well, she did say it won't kill you, so it's up to you what you want to do.
All right, that's fine. I'll stay
I'll
under.
just be like, I believe in you.
All right, so at a certain point you feel like you can't take it anymore, but then it just evaporates. And
is mine just like a walk in the park?
Yeah,
or something?
yours is nothing almost. It doesn't feel like anything. But when it's done, you feel like all of these prior desires you had, like right up to wanting Lingsu to not die, are gone. Like you feel
Unencumbered.
Not unencumbered, but you feel like you're at peace with things that you can't control, and that you just feel a much greater sense of understanding of this is simply how the world works.
Too bad. My result's 10. Fighting it.
You just belligerently.
No, I refuse.
So, but when you come out of the water, your hair is gone, and you're like on your body and on your head.
His, mine,
his. And,
I'll laugh.
And she says, this will grow back.
I'll nod.
I love that mine stayed.
She says this, these waters destroy, worldly attachments.
Understandable.
But if you're too burdened by them, it can be lethal.
As I was before.
She nods. She says, now please, you must take this epoch tree branch. It is crucial. We must anchor you to the present.
Kate, what does she mean?
She says, well, your chief sin is that you've disrupted history.
That is fair. I understand.
And so she sort of points to the branch, and it begins reforming into a new shape, and it becomes almost like a collar, and she tells you to put it on.
Is it ugly? I'll put it on. I'll put it on.
No, it's not ugly. It's like a it's like gold and black. And
it's top of the line, like the latest men's fashion for this era. It's nice.
Does anybody else have?
I mean, it looks like he has like a necklace almost. It's not like that kind of collar, guys.
So not only do you dance, you wear pretty necklaces.
It's not like a leather collar. It's like a. It was a bad choice of words on my part. It's like a necklace.
Oh, that's imagining a choker.
Yeah, I was thinking like a dog collar.
No,
I was like, oh man, this is rough.
Demeaning, rough.
No. But it's just like a metal and black necklace.
All right, I'll put it on.
I'll just be like, it looks good on you. Trying to make him feel better.
And she says, if you go against the thousandfold God's wishes again, this will kill you.
Understandable. I have no way to do that anyway. We have destroyed the chariot.
What if he accidentally goes against the thousandfold Gods?
She says, do you desire to enter into the sect?
I'll nod.
She says, very well. I need you to perform another task before you can enter. Do you look that irritated when you say
No. It's just me. What is the task?
She says, the purpose of our sect is to reform the demons and the evils of the world. So I need you to go out and find a great evil and suppress it and help it reform and change its ways.
I have a phoenix demon in my conch. He seems pretty wicked.
She says, you are not ready to reform a phoenix demon. You should give that to me.
That's what you think. I was like, I just take it out right now.
Do you take out the phoenix demon?
Technically, it's under my command.
Okay.
But what happens... I think it expires after a year, but honestly, I totally forget if the year is up or what month I got it in. It was a while ago. I don't know if it stays in the conch, but doesn't have to command me and then goes crazy when I let it out, or if it lets itself out after a year.
I don't think it's been quite a year yet, so I think it's still under your control.
Sweet.
So you're gonna summon it.
No, I don't know. It was using its powers on everyone before. I do want to do that at some point.
She says, "You do not need to capture a demon. I just need you to help something reform itself."
Let's go find Steve. I'm just kidding.
Do you have any suggestions?
She says, "This is something that you must, be able to do on your own. I cannot help you here."
No, I understand. I didn't know if there was anything that was particularly in need of the sec.
She says, "No, this is more of a test of your skills. So, feel free to keep in mind when you join Celestial Heart Sect, you'll be doing this regularly on your own. So, I want to make sure that you're capable."
I'll nod.
And so I'm going to end it here because it's like almost 9. Just give me a
I
second.
do want to know, is this sect at all linked with like Iron Sky Maiden?
No.
I think the right one.
No, they're not.